Priam face each other over a dining table laden with fine food. The environment is rich but in ruins. A wall is cracked, a tapestry is hanging askew. The dull roar of fighting is dimly heard in the background. Every now and then a wail, horses neigh, or crash.
I don't want you to go.
Hecuba, we've been through this before. Of course I must go. Zeus sent me a messenger who told me to ransom our son's body from Achilles.
Hector, our hero, has fallen. Hector, the world's greatest hero, is dead. Death circles.
Death circles. Death circles our city.
Death circles our city now.
Hector is dead.
Stop that chanting and get me my boots.
More meat, more wine. So you think this messenger came from Zeus? It's a little late to be sending a message, don't you think?
It's never too late for the deathless gods to show mercy.
Mercy! Is that what you call this? I was queen, and my palace is crumbling. I was mother, and my children are dead. I was wife, and you rushed to leave me because you think you got a message from a deathless god? I don't believe it, Priam. The gods are dead. Otherwise, how could they have let this happen? Troy was their favorite city. The most beautiful city ever raised by the sea. Where was Zeus? Has been a while. The Greeks destroyed her.
I don't know, dear. Zeus doesn't inform me of his whereabouts, but now he's sent me a message and I'm going to eat it.
Don't you think it's suspicious that Zeus suddenly speaks to you now? All those years burning incense on his altar, and we never heard a peep. Where was he 10 years ago when the Greeks first landed?
Where was he 9 years ago?
8,
7,
6.
Where was he when our men were spilling blood on the plains of Ilium, ripped open and gushing on the field?
My brother was trampled by horses.
My husband was speared through the neck. My son was split open.
Beheaded.
Dismembered. My lover was broken.
Cut.
Severed. Pierced.
Where was he?
Where was he?
Where was he? Where was he?
Where was Zeus when our golden flames ran red?
I don't know. It's a war. Warriors die. That's to be expected. You can't win glory without spilling blood.
Warriors die? It's as simple as that? I thought you, Priam. So, you are the warrior. You're a king. And you can't go to the Greek camp to retrieve Hector's body. Don't you see? You're all I've got left. Don't make me a widow, too.
Hush, Hecuba. What are you so afraid of? Zeus has promised me safe passage. I'll be back, you'll see. I'll bring our son's body. And then you can prepare him for burial, as I know you want to do. You can wash him, sew up his wounds, and rub his torn flesh with fresh oil.
I'll pull the sticks from his hair.
Yes.
And dig the rocks from his flesh.
Yes.
Make him whole.
Yes, Hecuba, yes, you'll pull the sticks and stones. You'll wash his thick black hair with our best soap and comb it until it shines. You'll wrap his body in our finest shroud, the one you were weaving for my father, and we will build a beautiful pyre so high.
I know Hector should have a hero's funeral. But I'm afraid, Priam. How can you be sure that this messenger wasn't sent by the Greeks to lure you into a trap?
I can tell the difference between a girl and a goddess.
You can. Let me guess. She was lavish with a splendor. Her golden sun glanced off her helmet. The wine-dark sea pooled in her aqua eyes.
Yes.
That could be anyone, Priam. Think about it. Why would Zeus send a messenger now? Now that Hector is dead and our doom is sealed.
Perhaps he regrets the outcome.
Regrets? You think Zeus has regrets?
Yes, I do. He's my ancestor, for God's sake. He can't really want us all killed.
You think Almighty Zeus cares what happens to us? Listen, do you remember when I carried Hector inside my belly? I was a new-made queen walking the halls in supple sandals. lifting a jeweled chalice on our feasts. How the people adored us.
Yes, I suppose they did.
The breezes were warm then. The small white flowers that grow in the cracks of the walls gave off the most fragrant smell. Musicians played in every corner of the city, their notes wafting through the windows. Laughter, shouts, and laughter burbled up from the marketplace. The very dust beneath our feet was blessed with good fortune.
Those were good times.
Then Hector grew fat and fine in my belly. Our first child, your heir, was going to be king. Your arms held me so tenderly those nights. When my belly first rounded and the maids brought fresh milk laced with honey to my bed.
You were beautiful, young, pregnant, full of life, full of Troy's bright future.
How we loved you, our pregnant queen.
And then, after Hector was born, my breast swelled with sweet milk, and he suckled there. His head was so round, do you remember?
Yes, of course, but what good does it do to talk about those days now, Hecuba? They're gone.
Why are they gone? Why did the gods abandon us? We did everything right. We poured out libations, we sacrificed cows, we built statues. Our own daughter is a temple priestess.
He must have committed some offense. They say Paris insulted half of Mount Olympus with that ridiculous beauty contest.
But he was just a boy, and the contest was rigged. No decision would have pleased them.
Even so, it's not for us to question the gods.
Not for you, maybe, but I question. How could Zeus let the Greeks park their salt-popped, swollen bellies of their terrible ships on our beautiful brown beaches? Where was he?
Where was he? Where was he?
Where was he?
I suppose he was busy. He rules over all the earth and the sky. His kingdom is immense. And we aren't the only mortals under his protection.
He was busy for 10 years. When body piled upon body, death upon death, leaving wives without husbands, kings without princes, mothers without sons.
Where was Zeus, our god?
Where was Zeus when Achilles was driving his spear into Hector's chest? When he was dragging Hector's body behind his chariot in the dirt? It was an abomination. Why didn't Zeus stop it?
I don't know.
Zeus was busy, I suppose, turning himself into a bull or a bird so he could fuck one of his mortal mistresses behind Erika.
Be careful what you say.
Why, Priam? Because the gods might punish me? What could be worse than they've already done?
Don't be a fool. You don't insult them. Zeus may find a way yet to help us.
You think so? How, I wonder? Perhaps he'll make sure the knife that cuts your throat is particularly sharp, or the first Greek who raped me has a very small...
Enough!
Zeus must have been having a very exciting time, a very distracting liaison, because there was plenty of time for him to intervene. 3 times! Achilles dragged Hector's body around the walls of Troy. 3 times.
We watched from the parapet.
His body dragged round and round.
Hector, our hero,
Dead. Mangled.
broken.
Not one word was spoken. Every eye was transfixed.
Achilles. And this is the monster you expect to show mercy?
I do expect it. Achilles' rage was spent on that display. Now they say he just sits in his tent crying.
Right.
He warns Patroclus, the warrior that Hector killed.
Oh, if Achilles couldn't stand to lose his precious Patroclus, he should have let him on the battlefield.
Stop ranting at me, Hecuba. I'm tired. You aren't the only one who lost a son.
I'm not.
Who has? Who has lost?
Who has lost a son?
I had 50 sons before the Greeks came to our shores.
Tell me about it, Priam. Me who bore 19 of your children, grew them one by one in my womb, spent my own blood to nourish them, risked my own life to birth them, then stood by as you fathered more children with other women.
It's a king's right.
And what has become of our children? dead on the plains, food for wild dogs that wander there.
Not all our children are dead.
If not yet, they soon will be. Cassandra has gifted me with her
You
visions.
can't believe Cassandra, she's mad.
But everything she foretold has come true. Do you want to hear her latest predictions?
No.
Paris, who brought this plague upon us, will kill Achilles, then be killed himself.
Paris the coward will kill the great Achilles? Well, that would be sweet revenge.
Our sons, Deiphobus, Hipponus, Pammon, Antiphus, Philixes, will all die on the field.
No.
Hecuba, the most beautiful of all our daughters, chasm will open up to swallow her.
Earth will take back her beauty.
Caressa will be left behind as Troy burns.
Run, Cruisa, run!
Blitsna will be sacrificed to the ghost of Achilles.
So even his ghost can hurt
Does
us?
he never tire of our blood?
Our princess put to death in the street.
Cassandra, redhead prophet, will be married to Agamemnon and hauled away to be his axe-wielding wife.
Stop it, Hecuba. I don't want to hear anymore.
You don't? Not even about Hector's son, our sweet little grandbaby. His mother will be forced to watch as they throw him from the wall.
Stop it! I have had enough! Give me my boots, my cape, and my helmet, now!
And our own baby? The little boy that we sent to Thrace for safekeeping? Polymestor will kill him and steal all his treasure as soon as he learns we have lost the war.
Enough, I said! Why are you tormenting me? You aren't the only one who is suffering.
No?
I am bringing gifts to the man who murdered my firstborn. I will kneel before him, put my lips to his hand, beg for Hector's body. No father has ever been asked to do more.
So you are a beggar now?
What else would you have me do, Hecuba? Let Achilles dump Hector's broken body on the plains?
I would have you stay, Priam. Stay with me. Let your fate be my fate. Let us meet it together. I don't want to die alone.
Nobody is dying here today. I'll be back tomorrow. You'll see. Hector was our greatest hero. He will have a hero's funeral.
Yes. I guess killing enemies makes Hector a hero. But is it heroic to leave your wife a widow? Your baby an orphan? Your mother with nothing to comfort her but her grief? I begged him to fight from the wall, not to go out on the plains to face Achilles. But he wouldn't listen.
He couldn't fight from the wall. You know that. That all the soldiers would want to fight from the wall, and no one would be willing to go out into the field.
Good.
He had to set an example. He only did his duty.
Duty. There's another word I no longer know the meaning of. Your duty is to your wife. Your duty is to stay alive. You have dreams of a glorious warrior's death to relieve you, but what will happen to me when you're gone? I'll be enslaved to the very men who murdered my family. I'll be exiled from the land I love. I'll be doomed to grieve my losses forever.
The war isn't over yet. Maybe there's still a miracle coming.
Oh, and maybe this is the end of everything we've ever known. The gods no longer walk among us. The heroes are all dead on the field. And Troy is dust.
You mourn your losses too soon. You'll see. I'll be back tomorrow. Then we'll decide what to do next. I'm going now. Wish me luck. Goodbye, Hecuba.
Don't worry. He'll be back. He'll be safe.
Great Hecuba! You have a visitor, Polymestor
in the temple.
Zeus, save us! We must beg Polymaster for mercy.
No! Done begging! We will welcome our guests.
Great Hecuba, may we enter?
Just a moment! I'm getting dressed. Take this guest gift. Each of you. Hold it behind your back. It's to be a surprise.
Polymaster has tragic news for you, about your son. An accident.
Let's give him a blood-warm reception. I'm ready.